You are now listening to Inside the Nation Radio, brought to you by us, bringing you everything from current events to what's really happening in your bedroom. Turn up the volume. Turn me up. And let's discuss.
Inside the Nation Radio, we back yet again on Christmas Day. Hey, man, y'all stop all that Christmas Day celebrating nonsense, man. We don't do that around here. But I know some of y'all do. But anyways, if you do, man, I'm back. I'm your host, Abiyah Israel. I'm here with Tasha, RickJudah, Tierra, and a special guest that's taking the place of my other co-host, Darash, who's not here right now, Travis. And he is here to share with us a little bit about the wealth transfer that's taking place or building a better system for ourselves. You know, I'm learning this, so I'm gonna let him break it down for us a little bit. But man, I just want to say what's going on to y'all who are out there in the chat. I see a couple people starting to pop in right now. All right. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? So, man, hey, listen, if y'all don't know right now, there's a wealth transfer taking place. Like us, like the Black community, we're in a position now, like God's allowing us to get into this position where we can actually set ourselves up to put ourselves in a much better position, something that we've really haven't, at least not on a major scale, we really haven't had the opportunity for us to be able to do, you know. And Travis, this is my son right here. This is my oldest son. And he was telling me about his ventures and his thoughts and what he's got and what he's putting together. And I'm listening. I'm like, man, it's amazing. No, let's talk about that. Let's get more ears on that. And he's like, man, I'm a little nervous. I don't want to come on. Like, man, listen, it's good. You're not here to be the podcast expert. You just want to tell the people what you got going on. So y'all don't put too much pressure on him. If you do, I'm gonna have to come and get you. No, I'm just playing. But listen, hey, shout out to Twid. Thank you for the super chat, the generous super chat. We definitely appreciate that. And y'all make sure y'all go check out Twid Clothing, man. Some of the hottest clothing. I think Twid Clothing gonna be one of the biggest clothing lines ever. I be looking at the clothes. I'm like, man, I'm finna buy these. I was telling Tasha, my wife, the other day. I was like, I'm finna buy these shoes. They fire. They dope. So, hey, Twid, I gotta holler at you. I need them shoes. I need a few pair of them shoes. I need. But so, hey, appreciate the super chat. But Travis, so, hey, give us a little bit about what you working on. Like, you know, it is a I don't want to say it's complicated, but it's you just need to know the information. And once you know the information, it's something that I'm like, wow, that's obtainable. And let's just fill us in. What's going on? What you've been working on?
Well, it's a system that's built on top of blockchain technology. Blockchain, for people that don't know, is basically the system that Bitcoin and Ethereum and cryptocurrency is built on top of, right? Cryptocurrency is just one application for the system. And what we've done is created a thing called a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization, which is basically a company without a CEO, right? There's many different use cases, but that DAO, what it does is it allows you to organize and govern easily or in a decentralized way. Mm-hmm. So we've applied that and used that tool to allow groups of people to easily come together to buy, develop land, and build communities and infrastructure as easy as using Facebook or Twitter.
Let me ask you something really quickly. When you say it's like a company without a CEO, how then does it work without that CEO?
So what it is instead of one person making all the decisions, everybody has equal voting rights. So everybody votes on every single big decision that's made.
Right. And then I guess with the major vote, then you go with whoever wins the vote.
Right. Exactly. And there's this thing called voters fatigue, like, for example, in America, if you're okay with voting once a year for a president, but if they told you it was mandatory for you to vote every day, you probably get tired of voting every day.
Right.
So you can also delegate or give your voting rights to someone that you trust, right? Mm-hmm. Or to someone that has expertise. You can easily take it away if you want it.
That's awesome. Well, listen, I get tired of voting every 4 years. I stop. You know, but yeah, that's awesome. So you can give someone who you trust almost that's like what maybe like a power of attorney type deal.
Power of
And that's
attorney.
when you give somebody else the authority to make decisions on your behalf. So that's awesome. Yeah, I got a quick question though. How do I word this question? You have leadership in places right now who would probably not want to see that happen. How do we then deal with those? How do we deal with that situation? Because, for example, they have things in place now that us as a community we weren't aware of. But the more we become aware of it, they're going to start changing things. So how would you then deal with those type of situations with that type of leadership who would not want to see this succeed?
Well, I guess to answer that, the only way to do that is to do it, to build a system. It's really the only way. Honestly, I think most people don't understand what blockchain really is. It's not just a new technology or a new system. It's revolutionary. Wells Fargo said that this technology is as revolutionary as the internet, the car, and I want to say toilet paper, but I don't think they said toilet paper.
Hey, everybody needs some toilet paper though.
Right. It's on that scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what it does is what the internet did for information, blockchain will do for trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I ask people is, have you ever bought anything that you didn't trust? Any food that you didn't trust was made safely or tasted good? Right. So what that implies is the way humans interact as a whole will shift. It allows you to create a bottom-up approach as opposed to a top-down approach.
Mm-hmm.
And Gary Vee actually said it best. He said that they will drop bombs on you before they let you destroy them, because that's essentially what you're doing. You're creating peer-to-peer systems as opposed to going through a third party to ask for permission of, can I send my money here? Or can I do this or that? So
right.
So
Hey, and real quick, shout out to Gary Vee, man. I sent you a message. We're trying to get you on the show, man. You need to come on over here and, you know what I'm saying, support the podcast. Shout out to Gary Vee. But go ahead, Tasha.
Yeah, so it's like a Greenwood situation. You think about, how they were building up Black Wall Street and they ended up dropping the bombs on them because they were economically doing well with constantly cycling their money within the Black community, because that's essentially what it was.
Yeah.
Two different sides of the train track. So I did hear you say that Bitcoin was going to be one of the currencies. So it sounds like there's going to be multiple currencies that are accepted, or is it just going to be cryptocurrency but different forms?
That's the thing. So right now we honestly, there's a fork in the road.
Mm-hmm.
People have a choice to either take this technology and design it for themselves from a bottom-up approach, or allow them to design it. And if they design it, you're not going to get multiple currencies. You're not going to get a world that's free. You're going to get a one world currency, a CBDC, which they're currently working on. They're actually rolling it out as we talk right now. It's not a conspiracy theory. You can read the papers on it. They're going to give you CBDCs and digital passports. So we honestly we can have a future where there's multiple currencies that we exchange and don't have to ask nobody to exchange it. We let the market say this is worth this much and this is worth this much, and exchange it like that.
Right.
Or we give them the ability to do so.
Right. And here's the thing too. So people, here's a small mindset of our people sometimes. Like, you're a young guy and, you got these major dreams and, who's to say this going to happen? And you're trying to, let me give them those people like that some reminders really quickly. Jesus Christ himself, people don't really realize this, was a young guy when he was on the scene. He was dealing with elders and older people, 80, 90, but yet he showed the wisdom and knowledge, right? You got that situation. Then you got somebody like, Bezos. Where did he start Amazon at? Anybody know where he started?
In his garage.
It's in his garage, wasn't it?
Yeah, in his garage. Like, these ideas these seeds, like it's a biblical text that says a mustard seed can grow into the size of a mustard tree. It's talking about faith, but the point of it is something this small become so huge, and we have to first change our mind, because what Travis is talking about right now, you got to have the right mindset. You got to have that mindset to want to go ahead and excel and make this happen, because they are working on that one world currencies. Either you can. I was going to ask, so how would we do it? But you said earlier, you just got to do it. All that sitting around and just talking nonsense, and I wish. That's R. Kelly. No, we're not wishing. We need to do it.
You gotta have hey, you gotta have vision. I mean, basically what you're saying, like you gotta have a vision, and then you gotta be able to have that gumption to see the vision through. You can't just be like, all right, I see it. You can see this big, mega infrastructure built, but you gotta actually now have the work ethic to put it forth to actually get started on it. Because a lot of times people can't get past the vision.
Right.
So let me ask you something, Travis. How does someone get involved in this? If they hear this and they're interested, how do they go about getting involved in something like this?
So we currently have our landing page. You can, and also socials, lightcitydao.com. You can give us your email, and just to keep up to date, we're still building it. Our MVP should be done. We hope to be done around sometime of February. Mm-hmm. And we plan on actually buying land and building our own communities and reaching out strategically to other partners to help us develop this.
Now that's awesome.
That is amazing.
That's awesome. Wait, Travis, tell everybody how old you are, man. Just put that. If you feel comfortable, I don't want you. We'll just say you're young if you don't feel comfortable, right? He's young, huh?
22.
22 with a mindset. Amazing. How many 22-year-olds you see with this type of mindset of really trying to make major moves, building something that, a lot of 22-year-olds, like, it's, man, we in the streets at 22. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We talking about, something completely different. This 22-year-old is talking about blockchain technology, buying land, and if we as a people don't support our young men, because this is what, hey, Rick, you know what I'm talking about right now. This is when we say our elders failed us. When we have young men like this who are pushing not just an idea, maybe not, something that is like, whoa, that's world changing right there. Mm-hmm. That's world changing right there. If we don't do everything that we can to get behind that and support that, we are failing them. You know what I'm saying? We are failing them. We all need to be behind it. But I think I cut somebody off. Go ahead, Rick.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, a lot of times our elders have that mindset of it's all about me. So when you think it's all about you, you really don't you don't have the mentality to think with the changing of the guard. Sometimes you got to understand that somebody else is coming. Somebody else is next. Be ready to, relinquish the power, relinquish the throne, Right. And a lot of times, if we always know this, if just using a sports analogy, whenever you had Dr. J. Jordan coming in, and it's like, oh man, this young guy coming in here. Then you had Kobe come in after Jordan, and then you had LeBron. You always got that next guy, and usually people are always going to hate the next guy, and they're not going to want to get behind them and support them and build them up. Sometimes we got to support and build up the next guy. Hey, I know you said Jordan, he got triggered.
Is it me, or does RickJudah, all of his analogies are NBA related? Like every last one of them,
it's
right?
It's easy to understand though, but yeah, it seems like a lot of the older generations are threatened when someone new and with improved mindsets and visions comes into the picture.
Yeah,
because it's no longer safe. They're used to what they know. But I had another question for you, Travis. So, in light of this whole SBF, the Sam Bankman-Fried situation, and them trying to impose regulations with crypto, how are you guys, one, offering assurance to your investors? And then two, how are you planning to kind of navigate the new regulations that may be coming into place with crypto?
Very good questions. As far as the Sam Bankman-Fried situation, that's kind of, it's not different, but what he did was his whole thing was you couldn't see what he was doing with the money. It was a centralized exchange, right? That's that whole situation comes from people trying to make money and just giving their money, when it's kind of opposite of what blockchain and Bitcoin is. The point of blockchain, not Bitcoin, but blockchain technology as a whole is I can see exactly where I'm putting my money and then what's being done with it. So
Awesome.
if I give you $100,000, I don't have to trust you. I can give it to you and see. The system will tell me, okay, 10% is going here, 20% is going here, and 30% is going here. But what he did was, I believe when you put your money in, you couldn't see exactly what he was doing, and he was using another company and funding that company with the money. So when people try to pull their money out, there was no money.
Right.
So
Run
with
on the
our
bank.
system is completely transparent. It's not my system. I keep saying our system, but it's not mine. So I don't own it. It's completely decentralized. There is no single person that owns this. It's meant to be a foundational layer that people can then build infrastructure on, right?
No, this is awesome.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying it just because it's my son. I'm serious. Like, that's an awesome idea. Because
Yeah, it's amazing.
Tasha can tell you, we be talking to finances all the time, and how can we? It's just,
Right.
and when he started explaining this to me, I'm like, wow. I'm talking to him like, this is interesting. I don't really. I'm trying to learn more about it, but this is a really interesting idea. Real quick, let me give a shout out to the chat. Judah the Lion, he says, "Shalom, shalom, Abiyah and the crew. I have my Christmas hats on right now. Where are yours?" I'm just playing. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said, "Shalom, shalom, Abiyah and the crew. Where are y'all Christmas hats?" I had to turn it around on you, bro. You shot one at us. And Ramaya, man, was that ZZ? Watch thumping. You're right. We gotta celebrate our young people again.
Right.
We were 22 once, and we see what we did at 22. It didn't really work out, right? So it didn't work out for us, right? We made bad decisions, and we live our life like, man, I wish I would have did something differently back then. Well, when we see our young men, our young women doing it now, this is how you can make up for what you didn't do back then. Support now. You're still breathing. It's never too late to start supporting. So definitely. All right. I know. We talked about the elected leaders. Did I cut you off, Tasha? Did you have another question? If let me know, because I think I cut you off.
Okay, I do. So with this system, is there an opportunity to pass on? I know there's kind of by proxy voting, it sounds like, where you can give your rights over to someone else to stand in place and vote for you. But what about generational wealth? Is this a tool that can be used to build generational wealth or to pass on your investment to the next generation?
Definitely. And before I answer your question, which was a good question, I wanted to say that at the same time that we're designing this system, we don't want to over design it, because again, it's not ours, it's everybody's. So I don't want to say this is the rule, this is the rule, this is the rule. That's not what it's meant for. It's meant for everybody to come in and then to vote together of, all right, maybe we have a lawyer, maybe we have an economist. They can talk, what's the best way to do this? And they vote in the DAO. They propose it to the DAO, and the whole DAO votes on it, says that is the best way to go. But as of right now, the tool that we use is, to answer your question, we want to incentivize ethno-aggregation. And the way we do that is we have a token called the Light Token for Light City DAO. And what it happens is, if two or more businesses come together and they work together, they get rewarded with light tokens, right? And the bigger the partnership, and the more successful it is, the more tokens you get.
Awesome. And again, Amazon, a place where all y'all at, and the place where a lot of y'all who watching today went y'all Christmas shopping at, started in what? The garage. You know what I mean? We got to start somewhere, and here's how you do it, right? You gotta be smart about what you do. You gotta really weigh out what's been said, what's been done. You gotta, look at it from a critical angle and the critical light. Looking at this, it doesn't make anything to me but sense. It makes sense, right? And you're trying to position yourself, your own land. You're trying to stop those who have always controlled everything about you. You're trying to stop that portion now. Matter of fact, what's the code, Tasha? They just suspended it, the IRS. when they wanted to start taxing and regulating everything you did, even in your cash apps. If you got more than $600, I want to know about it. As a matter of fact, and I get this, as a matter of fact, they was like, if you sell drugs, you got to file taxes.
Right.
Like, what the hell?
We need the illegal activity as well. We just want to know.
Wow.
Now, they finna kill two birds with one stone with that. Day one, you finna turn yourself in if you actually stupid enough to do it, right? You're gonna turn yourself in, and then two, they're gonna get tax money off of that. So they're gonna tax you, then they're gonna put you in jail.
And still make money off of you once you're in there.
It's sad, man. It's sad. So when I was working as a police officer, right? So whenever I would stop a car, I wouldn't, I'd never, I don't agree with smoking weed, right? I don't marijuana. I think you're messing your body up. Don't do it. But at the same time, I wouldn't feel comfortable locking somebody up or throwing them in jail for a substance that states and different businesses and corporations are making money. You're making a profit off of this. But now you're instructing me to throw this person in jail while you can make a profit. Never did it. So I always I had my own little system. I would put my back to my car so that the dash cam can't see me. Now I'm wearing the body cam as well. And the person I stop, if your car smell like, weed and everything, I'd be touching my nose like, I'm letting them know I smell it. I told one brother, I was like, man, you listen, you need to just go straight home. You know what I mean? He knew what I was talking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He got up out of there, right? So, but my point is, you don't want to, I didn't want to throw somebody in jail for something the system they're making money off of. But that's the point. These people don't care anything about us is the point I'm making. They just want the money from you. And as soon as they can get your money, they can toss you any and everywhere. This system that Travis is talking about is something that everybody can take part in, something that everybody can do to build and grow and have your own and stop them from trying to regulate and control everything. Because there's a reason why they're trying to get one currency. You already control the food source. Everything is GMO. You know what I mean? You can't get no seeds anywhere. Seeds are not real. When the last time y'all seen seeds somewhere? Think about it.
Very rare.
Hey, I'm still thinking about it.
Can't even see seeds. I mean, like, I'm literally thinking about moving to South America somewhere so I can get me an orange. That's actually real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real orange.
I need a real orange. You know what I mean? So, this is, and that's a good question. Now, let me ask you that. So the land, how will we deal with this? So on the land, what's planned to be done with the land? Like agriculture, like what do you guys plan to do with the land once everybody started, getting the process going?
So again, the DAO would vote on exactly what we do, but what I envision personally is I want to create a school. First off, a school, use localized farming, and scale that system, as well as building a school and then leasing out part of the land to other Black tech companies as the economic engine to drive it as a whole.
Awesome, and that's what you got to do with that. But go ahead, Rick. My bad.
Now, I want to know. So, if you get like this system, get a system, a community, and get a school. Will there be any type of regulations, like a homeowners association, a community association, where there are guidelines to actually be in the community or to exist there?
Right. Hopefully, I do believe you need some rules for any society, but at the same time, I'm not arrogant enough to say I'm the person that should decide that. Right.
Right.
Or to say that exists in a cancel culture. What's the word? Cancel culture. I personally think cancel culture is the first step to not to shift the tone of the conversation, but to genocide. It's you're dehumanizing and canceling people. So if there were any guidelines and regulations, it'd be for real crimes. It wouldn't be for you said the wrong thing. You have a platform. You shouldn't say that. I don't subscribe to that type of thing.
So let me ask you something. How did you get involved in this? Like, when did you figure out this is something that I'm passionate about, that I want to spend my life working on?
Question.
Maybe it's one of those things you just kind of drifted into.
Hey, let me add to it.
You learn more and more. Because me, like when people ask me certain questions, like, well, how did you, like, for example, how did you get into the faith that you're in right now? Actually, like, how long have you been in that faith? I'm like, that's good. I don't know. I kind of just, over time, I walked into it, and there's no one day I can pinpoint, Was it something
almost
like that?
It's predestined.
Yeah, something,
I would say there's not one day I could point to, but I would say that just realizing what's going on in the world, right? Looking at what's going on with the World Economic Forum and Davos and Klaus Schwab trying to make us slaves again. That's what is happening. You can choose to ignore it if you want. You know what I'm saying? You can choose to focus on who Diddy baby mama is, but
for real.
That's really a conversation right now.
Right.
Right. I'm more focused on how they're moving the Dutch farmers off of their land, who are some of the most productive farmers on the earth. I think it's like 30% of the world's food supply to build another city. But then they're going to preach to you about food security and how famine is a threat to humanity. But you're kicking farmers off their land. And you made it financially impossible for them to be on that, for them to localize and farm on that land.
Wow.
It's the same thing they did with the war on drugs, but yet you put drugs in Black communities. Exactly. So it's the same play. It's just, my bad.
I'm listening. Hey, listen. You know what I was about to say? If y'all don't know, y'all know now. That's a clip. That's going on TikTok, Instagram, man. That's a clip. You don't know what you're speaking right now. Again, I just want to keep referring back. Hey, ZZ Watch Thumping said that young man is anointed and full of wisdom. Cancel culture is death.
I
Like,
know,
seriously,
right.
if you don't understand, like, I want to put this out there one more time. He's only 22. He's only 22.
That is amazing.
Wisdom at 22.
I was going to say, we might need to get a blood test because, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure about you.
Ain't this some shit? Like, listen, we can never be too sure what Rick gonna say at the next point. So,
it just what you just never know what comes out of his mouth.
Right. So I do have another question for you. I do think the idea is genius, and the simplicity of it, and the fact that it's a true democratic system, because everything is based, it sounds like, on a group decision. We're going to decide this together. I am not going to put together any structure on this. We're going to decide this together, and we're going to build it up together. So it really feels like it belongs to the people. So kudos on that. I did have a question for you, though. Economic sustainability, because as this city and this town, I hear that the promotion, the Litecoins, will be kind of how you promote cooperative efforts, cities working together within this economic structure. How do you, or have you kind of come up with a plan on how you can sustain it or make the wealth grow within the city or the organization? Because just like the Dutch farmers, as you mentioned, where they're pushing them off of their land, how are you going to protect that and keep the government from trying to move in on you, especially considering that the idea is kind of based off of independence from the system?
Another good question. Well, when you step into any arena like this or to build anything like this, it is a dangerous game because you're going against the system. But to break away from the system, of course, you need to exist. You need to play by the rules somewhat in the beginning, at least. So right now, what we've done is we've built on the Ethereum blockchain. But we eventually plan to move into our own decentralized blockchain, because although Ethereum, it started out kind of like Bitcoin, it started out as a kind of the same thing what we're doing. It slowly moved to a more totalitarianistic and centralized point of view with the proof of staking and things like that. So what we want to do is build on the Ethereum blockchain, and then, like I said, move to our own, and have it be completely decentralized and move off of the proof of work model instead of the proof of stake.
That's what's up. Hey, shout out again. Hey, Snapshot Reviews, what's happening? Glad you joining us. Ramaya is in the building. ZZ Watch Stomping. Cynthia Lewis. Who else? Did I miss it? Marvin Mo. Shout out. Can I see it? Chuck Town's Finest. How did I miss you? How'd you sneak in here without me seeing you? Drew Mills. Hey, shout out. That's the big bro. Shiva Yabat Yisrael. Hey, shout out to everybody. If I miss anybody, hey, forgive me. Just want to say shout out.
Appreciate
hey,
y'all for rocking with us.
Yeah. You know, y'all could be somewhere else right now, but y'all came to chill with Inside the Nation Radio. It's about what, 36, almost 40 people watching. That's what's up. What's that? Christina Israel. Hey, shout out. What you had, Tierra? I cut you off.
I'm just gonna say I'm just impressed that he's only 22. At 22, I didn't know if I was coming or going. I didn't know what day it was half the time.
Well, you
Don't even do it.
You're only 23, so it's like
No, I'm not.
Just play. I'm playing. See, Shawnee not take that was a compliment. She went right over her head. She didn't let it go.
Yeah.
See, and she said I would never say nothing nice to her. Sometimes she just don't realize it if I do. That's it.
It's so hard to tell.
Well, so Tasha looked about 22.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
That's my little sister.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Amen. You know what I want to jump on too before we get ready to get out of here, right? We ain't gonna hold y'all too long today. I want to jump on. There is a wealth transfer taking place, and it's amazing the information that Travis is bringing out, because there is a major wealth transfer taking place, and even some of the older elders I have spoken to who are noticing this, they were saying the same thing, and I think most of y'all know my situation. I think I've said it a million times, but we were down bad, and then God just put us in a position where we start learning this knowledge. The first thing we had to do was change our mindset. Your mindset is everything. I tell people right now, I don't hang around broke people. Oh, you think you better? No, I'm not talking about money wise. I ain't talking about money, because that's not what makes a person broke. Your mind, you're broken in the mind, right? You have to change your mindset, because a person that doesn't have money, but they're not broke in the mind, they will eventually gain their wealth. They will eventually move in the position they need to move into, right? And when we were in our position, the first thing we did was started introducing ourselves to this knowledge. That's where the Most High allowed our minds to go. We started introducing ourselves to knowledge. Thank God, he gave us the understanding that that's what we had to do. And then from the knowledge, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you this, we started using the systems on themselves, right?
Right.
So now we in a position where like rent due. Oh man, how we gonna pay it? Now mind you, I don't left the police department. I ain't got no check coming in. Rent due, how we gonna pay it? What's going on, right? Oh man, food, and gotta get some food. So Tasha comes up with the idea. I'm gonna take out a loan, $12,000. Me, I'm about to break down every wall in the house. Hell, you mean you taking out a loan? You taking out a loan right now? So when we start discussing it, took that loan, put that loan inside of a brokerage trading account. The brokerage trading account started making money, right? Mm-hmm. The loan actually started being able to pay itself back, and it was making more money to pay other bills. So guess what we just did? Well, primarily her. Guess what we just did? Took their money, made it make money. It paid itself back. We ain't got to make no payment. Now money's coming in. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Don't plant no seed with me. We finna have 55 trees. Now my mind's rolling now. Like, oh, this on now. And so now I'm looking into all this stuff. And long story short, the Most High just started allowing us to get this knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. You have to put yourself in position, because what Travis is talking about, like I definitely want to be a part of something like that, right? Yeah. But you still have to be able to put in, it takes us putting in. But if you don't put yourself in a position to be able to put in, then, what can you really do? Take the system, make the system fold in on itself, use the system against itself legally, because it's all legal, and you move forward. So I was telling, I bought a truck, a semi truck, right? 18-wheeler, big boy, gonna have a flatbed, right? Flatbeds, they make money. Now, those trucks bring in a decent amount of money. Them trucks bring in $50,000, $60,000 a month, right? With that being said, don't think, he getting $50,000, $60,000 a month. No, it ain't that, right? Because you got to pay drivers, you got to pay all these fees. Your insurance by itself is $3,000, $4,000. Truck, no, it's not that much. Insurance like $2,000 something. Trucks, truck note, all this type of stuff. By the time you dwindle it down, then once you pay everything, including your drivers and everything, you're looking at maybe $12,000 in a month, right? 12,000 in that range, 10, 12,000, sometimes more a month. But guess what? You took out a loan. Let's say people say, well, I don't have the money to go buy no truck. I'm just gonna be real with you. Scared money ain't gonna make no money. You're gonna have to move and do something, right? Scared money ain't gonna make no money. Hey, we're gonna have to get a little get on them. Scared money ain't gonna make no money. You gotta do something. You gotta do something, right? So how do I do it? It's always a step. It's all a process. It may take you 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5, maybe take you a year, but it's a stepping process. First, fix your credit. I ain't got no money to pay nobody to fix my credit. You won't have to pay nobody to fix your credit. You don't have to pay. What was it, like 3 years ago? TR, you still got we also got the documents. I can give you the documents for free. Only thing you gotta do is drop the link, drop it in the comment section, send me the docs. Here's my email address. We can give you the documents. That's not a problem, right? Fix your credit, right? Now, when your credit's fixed, which is easy and it's free, you have to pay nobody to do it. Now you put yourself in a position. Let's say I can go out and get a little loan. Now, mind you, now a bank is going to approve you. Everybody, you can get approved for a $30,000 car loan, right? With a 500 something credit score, right? So instead of going out and get a $30,000 car loan, how about you start an LLC, a business? You start a business. Y'all follow me? Start that business up. And when you start that business up, you get that, instead of getting that car loan, get that same loan, but let's say you buy a truck instead. Now you put that money towards that truck. Yeah, the truck is going to have a note coming in. The truck is making money though. The truck is paying itself back and it's paying you. Now you have a passive form of income. There's companies that actually automate these systems for you. You don't have to drive the truck. You ain't got to hire the driver. I don't do any of that. They do everything for you. I just buy the truck. I own the truck. They set it up. They roll it, right? And that's what you do. So now that's just a passive form of income. Now you got you a good, let's say on the very, very, very low end, you got a good $4,000-$5,000 a month coming in. Let's say you only make $3,000 a month. Well, you put that $4,000-$5,000 on top of that $3,000, what you making now? You could either do it. Oh, that sounds good. The sad part about this is a lot of people are like, oh, that sounds so good. And then, as soon as they turn the show up, it disappears. They never put it into fruition. It never comes to fruition because they never put it into work, right?
Right.
We telling you this what we did. We're not financial experts, but we telling you what we know and what works for us. You don't have to be on somebody's job slaving every day, all day. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. Now you meet somebody like Travis, who has they have this excellent idea and thing going on. I want to be a part of that. You got some money? Yeah, actually, I got some I can actually invest into this and start helping to make this thing grow. Now I'm removing myself from this system. I've gotten this out of this system, and I'm gonna put it into my own system now. That's the process. Y'all be like, oh, that's too much work. Listen, damn it, you got to do some work at some point.
Exactly.
It ain't laborious work. It's just you aligning yourself and putting yourself in the right position where you need to be. It takes some type of work. But listen, it's the knowledge that you got to get. Once we started obtaining the knowledge on this thing, once we obtained the knowledge, we haven't looked back since. Once we have found out that somebody like E-Trade will double whatever we put in. If we put in 5,000, they're going to give us 3,000. I sent her back to, nah, you lying. You lying. I don't believe that. You got to go back. We got to check this out again, right?
They be back like 3 times. Go make sure.
I had to be sure, right? But then I'm like, wow. And it really started, when I started finding out how easy this really was, I was upset with myself. Like, listen, I'm 42 now. I struggled for a long, long time. I'm 42 years old. Like, this is crazy, right? We could have been doing this a long time ago. The knowledge is simply hidden. The things that Travis is bringing out, that's my name for I call him TJ. I'm trying to be professional today and say Travis, though. You know, so, hey, y'all see he gave me that look like, TJ. So the knowledge that he's bringing out is that knowledge, but we have to go and get it. We got to be hustlers. You got to be hustling at some point. You know, it's just like you just got to go and do it. But I don't want to talk too much because I'm going too far in. We're gonna jump on here and I'm gonna spill all the beans. Matter of fact, let me say this last thing before we go. Listen. Tell y'all the truth. If you got any type of skill, whatsoever, hey, sons of Jacob OKC, man, hey, shalom, I've been a minute. If you got any type of skill whatsoever, all right, get you a social media. It is the wave of the future.
Right.
I tell everybody, cable guy come here to fix our internet. I be talking to him. They be like, hey, you talk too much, man. I don't want to hear all this. But I'm trying to tell you, you know, other people come through, whatever services they offer, whoever, I be telling everybody. And they be looking at me like, okay, all right, okay, yeah, sure. And they be walking off, right? And I be getting it, right? Now, it's hard to give this information to our people. But then when they be like, hey, man, so you you signed $1 million contracts now. How did you do it? The same way I've been telling your dumb ass. I'm trying to tell you this the whole time. Like, sorry, but I'm trying to tell you this. It's the way you do it. It's the way you do it. And I've been trying to tell, and it's the saddest part about this thing is I've been trying to tell everybody. Like, I'm not that brother, or you get some success, you don't want to share it out. Because our people, and I'm talking too much, y'all got to bear with me. I'm going to say this, damn it. Y'all got to listen to me. Listen, our people we are built on a system in a process where we feel better from stunting on our own people. My rims got to be bigger than yours. My car got to be newer than yours. My chain got to have more diamonds than yours. You know, my bank got to have more money in it than yours. No. That ain't how we doing it. That ain't how we doing it. No. Hey, cable guy, let's do it. Let me show you something. Cause what you're showing, what the cable guy came and showed me, like, man, I don't know how to do that. Imagine how many other people that don't know how to do this, and you can use what you know to teach people, right? And people, because we live in a microwave society, people don't want to really take the time a lot of times. So if you can fix a problem for somebody, you use that. One of the women who were here, she was like, yeah, I do this, and I just be putting it out there. Like, you could actually be getting paid for that, right? She was like, really? Then I showed her how amount. Eyes got like this big. I'm like, yeah, you've been leaving it all out there. And, and that's what we got to try and do, man. You learn something, you got to reach back and tell your people. But I've been trying to do this for years. For those of y'all who follow Inside Nation Radio, when we was in the old form of the podcast, we in a new revamping of the podcast. But before, I did a credit video teaching people how to fix their credit for free. I got all the documentation. You don't have to pay nobody $1,500, $2,000, whatever. You can do this for free. I can show you how to do this. Now, when I did that, the view count on that video was like at 600, 700 views for like 3 years, right? But if you looked at my other videos, the debates and the reaction videos, 15,000, 17,000. We don't want the information. We want entertainment. We want entertainment versus information. It's really, really sad. Sons of J. Yeah, it's like one of my first videos. It was one of my first videos I did, and nobody really watched that one. It was like the second or the third video I did, and the first video it got a few thousand, and then when I got to that video, it's like boom, went straight downhill. But then the videos after that was 18,000 and whatever. So the point is, man, I live to spread the information. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I get frustrated with spreading the information because I know if I went to talk to Bob Stepnoski, Bob is going to be like, hey, pen and pad, ready, right? But when I go talk to, you know what I'm saying, one of us, yeah, okay, and they walking away. All right, I got them good, and they gone.
Yeah.
Then the next time you see Bob Stepnoski stunting, right? Yeah. Well, actually, Bob Stepnoski ain't gonna stunt because they don't put his money out there like they do different things with their money. But y'all get the point I'm trying to make. The information is here. We're spreading it. You know what I mean? I guarantee you, we had Dr. Boyce Watkins on here talking about information wealth. We had Rory Douglas on here talking about information wealth. Videos, 500, 600 views, right? Brought Umar Johnson on because people were waiting for him to say something. That video had like 83,000 views right now, right? They ready for it because they ready for that. We're a drama-driven people. We're entertainment-driven people. We got to learn to do these things. So listen, if y'all want to learn how to do something, you ain't really got to be clocking on nobody's job every day.
Right.
You ain't got to clock on everybody's job every day. Check this out. Y'all finna think I'm be lying, right? I'm gonna tell you the truth. We finna shout out in the shortly now, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. A Chevy Suburban 2023 RXT, $65,000 for free. How do you get a truck for free? Free.
Part of the game. You got to learn the rules of the game.
Just learn the rules of the game. I started the LLC. You buy your truck, and then the IRS says you can write a truck off over 6,000 pounds up to 100%. You write that off. That truck's free. Why? Because it's in my you put it in your business name. I don't own it. It's not in my name. I don't own it. My business owns it, but I own my business, so I control it. Right? Y'all follow what I'm saying? My point is, you take the system, use the system, what it's for, but it takes changing your mind, the brokenness of your mind. You take the system, use the system, and then when you meet a brother like Travis, you're ready to get some business rolling, because now we can start our own stuff. We got the resources to start our own. You know what I mean?
The resources to back your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those who are interested, are ready to make moves or to take action, who can see the vision, again, Travis, can you tell them how they can reach out to you or how they can get involved with it?
Right. So we have a landing page where you can put your email in to stay up to date on all our upcoming events. lightcitydao.com.
Can we put that in the chat?
And on Instagram, light_city_DAO, and then Twitter also lightcitydao. We do plan on having a pre-sale, a private sale, and a public sale of our light token that can be publicly traded on decentralized exchanges as well. So,
awesome.
But that's
any anticipated
that's
date?
upcoming.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
So it's light. Wait. I think I did it wrong. I want to make sure I get the right.
Or is it?
What spell? Give that. Tasha, take that. I think that was wrong. The one you put in there. Take that out.
Is it LITE? Like Litecoin?
No, like a light switch.
like the city light. Okay, so I have light, LIGHT, city, CITY, DAO, DOW.com.
Oh, no, DAO.
DAO. Okay,
That's what I did wrong. I spelled it wrong.
Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, let's drop that in the chat.
Okay, so perfect. So they can see it.
Awesome.
Just
Hey, look,
follow
man.
me.
Look. Hey, we gotta take care of us, man. Listen, if y'all try, I also do like these classes on Clubhouse, man. I haven't done one in a while, but I need to jump back on there and start. Follow me on. Wait, what's our club? I got 3 of them. Which one is that?
It should be the Inside the Nation radio one, right?
No, I think I did one
ISTN.
specifically for the classes.
See if I can
Is it?
find ISTN.
Okay, hey, listen. Follow me on the Inside the Nation Club on Clubhouse. Inside the Nation Club. If y'all got a Clubhouse, and we know Clubhouse is the devil. Like, we don't really mess with the Clubhouse like that. There's some drama on there, stupid stuff on there. You ain't got to go on there for that. Just follow me on Inside the Nation Club on Clubhouse, and I'll be handing out this information free. And listen, one brother asked me, he said, well, we don't know when stuff is a scam. Did I ask you for a dime? I ain't asked you for nothing. What the hell I'm scamming you out of? 5 minutes? Like, I don't, I'm married. I don't really want your time like that, So it don't cost you nothing. This don't cost you nothing to learn this information, but I want to get this information to our people, and I want to support what our young generation is doing right now. Because if we can get what we can get out of this system, then we can put it into the Light City DAO. We can actually put it over there and do it, but we got to know how to get it first, right? So we can be able to support. So listen, this is free. You ain't got to worry about me at the end of my presentation saying, just pay for a class for $5,000. It ain't none of that. It ain't even a $19.99. It ain't even the $5.99. $1.99, nothing. It's a free $99. Come check it out. Follow Inside the Nation on Clubhouse.
Drew Mill said, man, I'm so put into this conversation. I forgot I was working, fam.
Oh, Lord.
Don't get in trouble.
Supervisor, like, hey, what you doing, Drew? What you doing, Drew? Supposed to be working, Drew.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a way to get off this plantation. That's what I'm thinking about.
Well, no problem.
Hey, Drew, make sure you get with me, fam. Get with me, because we want you off of that. We're going to get you into this DAO. We're going to start making major moves, like for real. Right?
I also wanted to say that this even though it is for Black America, it's also really for the world. I believe that honestly, the world is going to use blockchain technology. The Light City DAO it's just the first one. The overall vision is for us to have thousands of DAOs that have their own systems where their people want to run it, right?
Right.
Because right now they're trying to push for all of us to just like the one world currency. Oh, all of y'all are exactly the same. There's no borders. There's no differences of people. You have to do it this way.
Right.
So basically, we want people to have healthy relationships. So if you have in your neighborhood, you and your people in your neighborhood have a DAO or a part of a DAO, like Dick Gregory said, a Chinese man that comes into your neighborhood, it's good business. It's if he sees the value in it and he wants to start his business, that's good. He should do that. But then it's on that people to have healthy guidelines to say, all right, well, if you want to do that, you have to employ two high schoolers from down the street. See what I'm saying?
So it has to benefit. It has to be a benefit to that. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Right.
And kind of like you said, we all want to receive something. Like at the end of the day, we all want to be financially free. So yeah, it's for everybody. Everybody does not want to be subject to something that's unfair, or we can't even have a livable wage.
Absolutely.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Now we know that people. I mean, somebody got to do certain jobs. Like somebody got to do this or do that. But just because you are doing this and doing that, that don't mean you should be struggling while doing this and doing that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You gotta. Hey, listen, I'm really excited about this idea. I ain't just talking. This gonna be something I'm looking into, following up with, like straight up, like for real. So man, make sure y'all do that. Y'all also make sure again follow us on Inside the Nation on Clubhouse, Inside the Nation Club. Make sure so y'all can catch those classes. Also, one more time, Travis, put out your information and Instagram and everything where people can find you so they can make sure y'all hey, listen, pen and pad, everybody write this down. Make sure y'all following Travis. Go ahead, throw it out there.
All right. So our landing page is lightcitydao.com. You can put your email there to stay up to date with all of our upcoming events. For Instagram, it's light_citydao, and Instagram or Twitter is lightcitydao.
Awesome. And DAO is DAO. DAO. Hey Tasha, can you move that that Light City DOW? I don't want to confuse nobody.
Okay.
And I want to say one more thing as well. I just want to say that these systems will be designed. Someone's going to design them. I don't trust the World Economic Forum to design them. I don't trust Davos, the G20. I don't trust the Republicans. I don't trust the Democrats. I don't trust anyone to design the system except for the people. And I don't even trust them half the time, but I got no choice.
But that's what the system is based on, right? I can see where my money going because I don't have to trust you. It's transparent. So
transparency.
Right. That's the beautiful thing about it. He's like, I don't trust him half the time. Straight up. All right. Hey, so listen, man. With that being said, we about to get up out of here. Awesome show. If you're watching, listen, right now there's still 38 people watching, right? We're still 38 people watching. If each one of you can share this show on your platform, your Facebook or your Twitter or your Instagram, whatever, that's 38 shares where somebody else can see it. And if the chain continues, that's a lot of people seeing this. One thing it's going to do is going to get the video in the algorithm because YouTube will be like, well, it's a lot of shares, People really would like this video. They want to see it. And that's what we want. We want people to get the information. Make sure you hit the like button. It's free. Everything we offering right now is free. Like hit the like button is free. Hit the subscribe button is free. Hitting the share is free. But if we can't do simple things that's free to support each other, how far are we really going to get? How far are we really going to get? Nah, I'm too lazy to say, all right, go copy the link to go to Facebook. Nah, if it was some drama, boy, y'all be sharing that thing all over town. Y'all heard what such and such said about such and such when they said about such and such? Y'all know how that go. Share it. Share the video.
It takes a lot of muscles in your fingers to actually share something productive, though. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of hard work.
Yeah. It goes back to the mindset. Right. So make sure y'all share this. Share the video on your Facebook and everything else. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. And make sure you also go follow us on the Clubhouse, man. These classes and things are free. It's information. I'm gonna close out with this last thing. When I was doing the credit class, I'm gonna use 2 people for example. I'm not gonna say their names. When I did the credit show, 2 people hit me up. One was a sister, and she was like, "Oh my God, it really works." I'm like, yeah, it's supposed to. It's the information. And she's like, my credit score jumped up 68 points, right? Another brother, he hit me up and he asked me, he was like, is this real? He was confused. You know why he was confused? His credit score shot up 100 points. 100, right? He was like, is it real? I'm like, that's what it's supposed to. Now, mind you, depending on your situation, you might not be as high. You might be 30, 20, 30 points. Some people credit situations are a lot worse than others, so they have a lot more room to grow. If you don't have that much room to grow, it's not gonna go that far, but it can get, you can get it situated. So these things are real. You just gotta know what you're doing and how to do it. You just gotta have the information. The Most High, God has allowed us to get information, and information changed our lives. And this is what Travis is introducing to you right now. The information on what he's presenting will change our lives. So make sure y'all follow. We're gonna get up out of here really quickly. You're gonna let get a quick 10, 15. Tierra, how can the people follow you or find you? Where you at? Where you at cooking your meals? Y'all know she be cooking up a storm, right?
You can find my recipes at mamasathome.com as well as other homemaking and homeschooling information. You can also contact me at tierra@insidethenationradio.com. And yeah, that's about it.
Hey, put your mamas at home in the chat so they can know how to spell MAMA, exactly how you spell it. So it's easy to find. Hey, y'all, when I say she be cooking like really, like I used to think she's going to screenshot stuff off the internet, you know what I'm saying? And then say it was hers, but I seen her do it. So Rick, how can they find you, Rick?
Me on YouTube on Talk That Truth Radio. You can find my TikTok, RickJudah Israel, no spaces. Facebook, same thing, RickJudah Israel, but except there are spaces in between it. IG, RickJudah, Twitch, RickJudah. So you're gonna pretty much get the same thing, except for on Twitter, at the Truth 21. But that's how you're gonna find me. And again, get on whenever you want to catch every Sunday. Well, Sundays 7 p.m. And I'm trying to get them more consistent, but y'all be able to catch me on that.
Awesome. He also got an email address they'd be embarrassed to introduce. RickJudah at Inside the Nation Radio. Y'all can email him too.
Oh yeah, my bad. Hey, my bad. I keep forgetting.
All right, Tasha. How can I'm there playing. How they gonna find you, Tasha? Where you at? What you doing?
Okay, so you guys can reach out to me at Tasha at InsideTheNationRadio.com. Again, Tasha at InsideTheNationRadio.com. I am on Twitter, so feel free to send me a message or at me at Tasha_ISTN. ISTN, again, will be my Twitter. And if you're interested in getting your taxes done this year, definitely feel free to reach out to me. That way we can have a comprehensive conversation. It's just not about getting money back today. We want to make sure that you have a game plan set up for your upcoming year. So if you're interested in having those type of conversations, developing a financial plan, you feel free to reach back out to me. We're going to be doing business under Receptive Concepts will be the name. Again, Receptive Concepts. Thanks, guys.
Right. Although she a human calculator, she can't keep 15 seconds right on the plan. Listen, I'm joking.
I knew you was going to say that.
But listen, listen, for the tax season, we ain't just doing your taxes. Hey, heck up some money and now come back next year so we can do your taxes again so we just can get paid. No. We trying to set our people up. All right, listen, you got $5,000-$6,000. Let us show you how to use it so that will grow throughout the year, and you ain't got to wait once a year to get a big check. You can get them throughout the year. For that service is free. It's free. Again, making your money grow using that system. Again, I'm keep bringing it back to Travis. So when we have situations like this and systems that we can use to benefit, we're able to take part in these things. These things are free. So yeah, don't just be running to this. If the tax man ain't doing nothing but giving you, just doing your taxes and taking the cut and just sending you on your way to go buy a big screen from Walmart, he's doing you a disservice. You need to go to somebody who's going to introduce you to a point where that money you just got, you can actually have it and it can grow and it can benefit you and work for you through the year. You ain't got to run out and just spend it all. You ain't got to run out and just spend it all on the flat screen. Y'all know how when Trump sent out those $500 stimulus checks, the first check that came out, Walmart rolled all their $499 TVs to the front of the store.
Yep.
I still got that picture, man. They know what we gonna do. We predictable. We ain't finna invest. We finna buy a TV. Forget all that. Hey, let's put ourselves in a better position. But with that being said, man, we about to get out of here. We appreciate our special guest, Travis. We sure he gonna be back with us again. And we are my co-host here, RickJudah, Tasha. And I am Abiyah Israel. We are Inside the Nation Radio, and we are out.